go back to the Zoom machine and say hello to Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. Look at that man. So skinny. I don't even recognize you, Paddy Pimblett. Wow. Look at this face. Svelte. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I look a lot different now, like from when I did the last time I spoke to you.
Yes. How much do you weigh right now?
It was only 74.9 kilo when I woke up this morning, lad. So that's about, I've only got 4 kilo to lose to make weight.
Yeah.
163 pounds. So.
Yeah, 165. And so this is such a big deal. You know, your fans, the MMA community, they have been waiting a long time for you to finally step foot inside the UFC octagon. Could you tell us on the Monday before your debut, 5 days out, what is going through your mind? How are you feeling about this endeavor you're about to take?
I feel good, lad. I can't wait, lad. I can't wait to land in Vegas, have all the UFC officials in a headlock, bounce out to my song like I always do, finish this crab in the first round, and then call Instagram out in my post-fight interview and demand a 50 grand bonus, and then that's me.
What do you mean, for those that don't know, why would you call Instagram out?
Because I've had my account disabled because of trolls. You know what I mean? Trolls attack me and bully and harass me, and then I'm not one to sit there and be bullied and harassed. I give it back and I attack back, and I've had my account disabled for bullying and harassment when I'm the one that gets bullied and harassed. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So people are
ruining my livelihood.
So what's happened? They and how many followers did you have, by the way?
157 or 158,000.
Okay, obviously a very significant number. So people are what, like they're trolling you in the comments or something, and you're writing back, and then it escalated, and then they disabled your account?
Yeah, or like even I was having a back and forth with one, and he even said to me, "Put this on your story." Then, so I did. I put our back and forth on my story, and then he reported it, and that was the last thing that my account got took down for.
And now, okay, so now that account is gone, and you have to start a new one.
Yeah, at the minute I've had to change my podcast account to Paddy the Baddy UFC. But as I say, I'm still going to be campaigning to get my real Instagram back, because it's messing with my livelihood, man. It's how I earn money. It's out sponsors and stuff like that, and help promote my fights. I need that back. Like the way they can just do that to someone. They said I've had 5 warnings, but every one of them warnings is where people have attacked me and I've retaliated.
Okay, so the new account for now, or at least the temporary account, is Paddy the Baddy UFC, but you want to get, so I would urge everyone to follow that account for now, but hopefully you do. And maybe the UFC can help you, by the way. They have a great social media team. Maybe they can help.
I hope they do. I hope the UFC can help me, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
I really do. I don't know if you can, though. That's the annoying thing. I've spoke to a few people at the UFC so far, but hopefully, lad, when I land tomorrow night, I can get Dana in a headlock and say, "Speak to Instagram, lad. Tell Zuckerberg, get me fucking Instagram back up."
Can I make just one suggestion for you, Paddy? Don't engage with the trolls anymore. Don't read the comments.
Oh no, if you saw on my Twitter, I don't respond to no negativity no more. I decided like 2 weeks ago, and that's why this has infuriated me even more, because I've even said now I'm blanking out all the negativity. I'm only responding to positive people. And when I've said this and I've said what I'm going to do, Instagram won't give me my account back. It's ridiculous.
What can you say? You know, there was some drama. People thought that your fight was off, that you wouldn't make your debut, and you were responding to that. Nonsense? What happened?
Nonsense. My fight was never off. Not one point was this fight ever off. I just would rather the journalist would have come to me and asked me, "Is your fight off?" Know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I think his manager got asked, if Paddy doesn't get a visa in time, would you have a replacement opponent? And they've said yeah. And then they've went to this journalist and said, "We've been offered the new opponent." Well, did you have a contract in front of you to sign? Was it officially a new opponent? Because I don't think it was.
And you're good, right? You got the visa. You're all good. You're traveling. I think tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
correct?
That's what I mean. That's why I'm not there now, because where it's a bank holiday today in England, the embassy never sent me passport back in time. so I'm not getting my passport till tomorrow morning.
Ah,
That's why I'm not in Vegas right now.
has
But
this
I'm getting my passport tomorrow morning, and I'm flying at 2:55.
has this been stressful for you in addition to getting ready for your UFC debut?
Yeah, this has been more stressful than getting ready for the fight, lad. Far
Really?
more stressful.
Really?
Yeah.
Man. To the point where it's like affected you, affected your training? Do you feel like it's been a distraction?
Yeah, last Monday when I went the embassy, and I went the embassy, and because I got a caution when I was 19. A caution means like it's not on your record no more, and it was for possession of cannabis, which is legal in Las Vegas. And the man in the embassy told me that I was ineligible for a visa.
Oh my.
So the UFC had to send off for a special waiver, and luckily enough, it came back in time. But when I got home from London on the Monday night, I sat in my house and cried for an hour, thinking that I wasn't fighting.
Oh my gosh.
Know what I mean? So, like, I literally sat there for an hour and cried my eyes out and thought that it was over. I've had the best camp of my life, and a man sitting behind the desk has stopped me from fighting.
So this has been an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, very emotional roller coaster.
Does it concern you at all that it's been too emotional, that it's been too much? You try, it's never perfect, but you try to have the best training camp possible with no distractions. Has it been too much?
To be honest, me training camp has been perfect. Like, I feel absolutely on fire when I do me boxing, me kicking, me jiu-jitsu, me wrestling, me sparring, me S&C. Like, I'm a new specimen now. I'm a different animal. Even to what I was 6 months ago when I fought David Martinez, I'm a completely different animal now. And Luigi's not going to be ready, man. I swear to God, he's not going to enjoy he's not going to last any more than 5 minutes, so he's not going to enjoy his 5 minutes of fame in the cage with me.
You think it lasts less than a minute? Oh, excuse me, less than a round.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't see him getting out the first round. I'll be super disappointed if he gets out the second round. There's no way he gets out the second round, but as I say, I'll be hats off to him if he gets out the first.
Paddy, in this day and age, because there are so many UFC fighters already under contract and so many promotions, it's rare now to have like a really highly anticipated debut anymore. Like these debuts don't come often. There are some here and there, even Khamzat Chimaev, like people knew about it, but it's not quite like you, who has the following that you have already, who hasn't fought in the UFC. It's been a while since we've had one of these. Does that bring added pressure? Do you feel more pressure going into this fight than even the Cage Warriors title fights?
No, not at all. Them Cage Warriors title fights in the Echo Arena in front of me whole fans, like 10,000 people, and my own fans. Nothing's ever going to feel pressure like that. That's it. That's the most pressure I'll ever feel. That's why this is a walk in the park for me. This is a doddle. And I've always said there's no point in being nervous when you know you're going to win.
Hmm. And so what about the fact that you can't fight in England? This was originally supposed to be in England, and now it's being moved to Las Vegas. How did you feel about that?
Obviously, at first, I wanted the home crowd. I wanted it at the O2 Arena. I wanted to blow the roof off the place when I walked out. I know that would have affected my opponents even more, but just the fact that he's standing across the cage from me, I know it's going to affect him. It's going to get in his head. When I see him in the hotel, I'm going to get in his head. He doesn't even post nothing on social media, lad. It's mad. He's not a proper fighter.
Why? Why do you have to post on social media?
You've got to let people know what you're up to, what's going down. Know what I mean? Like, I've got more followers than him already on my new account than he's got on his proper account. I'm not even verified on it yet.
What do you have now on the new account?
Like 24.6 thousand or something.
Hey, that's not bad. When did you start it?
Last week. Oh no, well I changed the name on Wednesday, I think.
Okay, 24,000 in a week is not bad. Less than a week.
You know who the boy is, Ariel, lad. You know who the boy is.
Okay. Oh, so when it sounds like you feel like, he's not really doing his part and all this stuff. When they offered you him, like, was this a fight that excited you, or were you looking for a bigger name?
I really didn't mind. Like, whoever that was the fourth name that got given to me.
Really?
I had three different opponents named to me for it. A Brazilian, another UK guy, a Mexican, and then Vendramini. And I said yeah to every single one of them.
And why did the other ones not happen?
I don't know. One of them said, the first one said he was injured and he's fighting 2 weeks later now.
Okay.
The second one, I don't know what happened there. The other UK guy, I don't know if they just didn't want to put two UK guys against each other. Then the Mexican said he was injured as well. So then Benzamini got put in, and I was like, go ahead, let's do this.
Did you know who he was?
No, didn't have a clue. I had to watch his fights.
And what do you think? Not too impressed?
No, like in my eyes, he's 1-2 because as fights outside the UFC are meaningless when you're fighting debuts and 1-2s, 2-3s, and stuff like that. It's only his UFC fights what matter to me, and he's only had two at lightweight. One he caught a flash knockout, and the other one he soundly got beaten over 3 rounds with Perez Ziam, is it? Jabbed his head off for 2 rounds. I know he's a world-class striker, Ziam, but if Ziam can do that to him, I'm going to finish him in 1.
By the way, speaking of the weight, like right now you look so, you look very skinny, but I've seen the photos of you. You look in tremendous shape. I can't imagine you fighting at 145. That can never happen.
No, that's in the past now. If I wanted to make 145, I'd have to nearly kill myself, to be honest. And I'd rather live a more happier lifestyle and be at 155 than kill myself to make 145. A lot of people still think that I'm just a bumped up featherweight and I'm going to be smaller than Luigi, and I think he's going to get a fright when he sees me in person because I'm not a small lightweight no more, and I'm only going to get bigger.
Now, what about the walkout music? Are we going with dun 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 dun
dun dun dun dun?
Get
on it, Ariel.
Yes, I can't wait. We're going with that officially. Yes, of course we have to.
Of course, that's my walkout song, man. Forever. That's it. Now that's it. It's a trademark. It's like the hair.
Yes. Although I noticed you kind of cut the hair. It's a little shorter than usual.
It's a little bit short, but in a few days it'll be longer again. So this is what I always do. I always get it trimmed a bit.
Okay.
So it's not in my eyes.
Who? By the way, that song, which I've talked about a lot now over the last few weeks, getting people ready in case they don't know, who introduced you to that song? Like, when did that start for you?
When I used to go out partying all the time. It's just the song that was always about when we were partying. It's 2 different songs mixed together as well. The second song, Heads Will Roll, from what's the film called where they have a big party in their house?
A big party in their house. I feel like there's a lot of those. That's the Where's Your Head?
Yeah. That's off that film.
Okay.
I don't remember what it's called. Off the top of my head. It's gonna do me head in that.
Oh, so it's like it's a mix. You made the mix?
Project X. Yeah, it's my song. Someone I know is a DJ put it together.
Oh wow.
The first song's Lethal Industry by Sonny James and Ryan Marciano. And then where that fades out, Heads Will Roll comes on out of the film Project X.
Wow. So someone made that for you?
Yeah, that's got made for me, that song. That's 2 different songs mixed together.
Oh, I didn't realize that. And why did you make that song? Or why did this person make it for you?
For my walkout.
What
it got made for, because the first song, it fades out and it doesn't have a drop. You know what I mean? It doesn't like kick in. So I wanted it to drop into something and kick in, and that's exactly what it done.
And was this for your debut or later on in your career?
No, this was, I think it might have been my first fight in the Echo Arena, to be honest. Oh no, it wasn't. It was after that. But it was, I've had that song now for at least 10, 11, 12 fights.
Now you're going to have to do it in front of essentially no one. So you're going to have to really bring the energy. There's, I think, a smattering of people there. Yeah,
my last 2 have been in front of about 20 people. So this is going to at least have a crowd. I'm 2-0, Ariel, with first round finishes with no crowd. So the omens are good.
Does maybe that, like, do you like it with less people, less pressure, less hoopla, or is that just a coincidence, you think?
I don't even know, I think it's just a coincidence, yeah. I love feeding off the energy of the crowd, so even the fact that there's 150 people there or 200 people there, I'm gonna enjoy that.
And I like the fact that they're putting it on in the afternoon so that the European fans can watch it as well, even though it's not happening in Europe. You've got Darren Till there, but you're like, if you see Darren Till in the hotel, you'll slap him, right? At least for me, I mean, you can't. I mean, the guy's just I think you should be the main event. It's crazy. People were talking to me and saying like, "Oh, Paddy's debut," and they didn't know who Darren Till was. I couldn't believe it.
You and Darren have a proper love-hate relationship, don't you?
What is your relationship like with him?
Whenever we see each other, we'll have a chat. Like, we're not great friends, but we support each other.
Okay.
I'll be asking him some Portuguese words to shout at the opponent, like, definitely.
That's right. That's right. You even got love from Conor McGregor.
I did. Great stuff.
Yes. Did you appreciate that?
Yeah, of course. It was mad. Like, I went to the toilet at like 4 in the morning, and then as I got back in bed, I looked at my phone. I just tapped my phone to see what time it was, and only people who were verified come up on my home screen, and it said Conor McGregor. I was like, is that who I think it is? You know what I mean? And then obviously I went back to sleep and woke up like 2 hours later. Went back to sleep and woke up like 2 hours later and was like, what the hell, it is Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And like I ended up responding to him.
Have you ever met him?
I met him years ago. It was before he ever had his UFC debut. It was the night Chris Weidman knocked Anderson Silva out, and we were both in the Cage Warriors hotel. He was cornering one of his teammates, and I'd just won my Cage Warriors debut. And he was one of the only other people that stayed up all night. There was him, John Cavanagh, me, Adam Ventry, Dan Chocolate, Ian Dean, and about 3 other people. And when Anderson lost, Conor kicked the door. I'll never forget it. It was hilarious.
Why? He was mad?
Yeah, he wanted Anderson to win.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Long before he made his UFC debut, and of course you as well. Speaking of that, he came over from Cage Warriors, and there was all that buzz. You're coming over from Cage Warriors. There was a time when you were kind of being compared to him. As of late, the Cage Warriors alum haven't had the best time in the UFC, especially early on. Do you feel like it's a responsibility for you? They treated you so well. I know you're very close with Graham. He's your manager. To, put some respect on the Cage Warriors name in the UFC, because let's be real, there's been a lot of tough debuts as of late.
Yeah, there has. I think people like Jai Herbert and Mason Jones have had it hard, to be honest. Their debut fights were tough, same as Rhys McKee, know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these guys had tough debuts. I don't consider mine as tough, but obviously any fight in the UFC is tough, even though I think I've had tough fights in Cage Warriors. But I'm here to represent, lad, and I'm going to show everyone how good Cage Warriors is, and it's that simple. As you know, Conor comes from Cage Warriors, Dan Hardy, Michael Bisping, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. A lot of people forget that, and I'm going to be the next name added to that list.
And it's a great story, because I know for a time you thought maybe this wouldn't happen, or they approached you in the past, but it feels like the stars are aligning for you, Paddy, to finally make your UFC debut. You're in a good place mentally, physically, a couple of road bumps along the way, but I'm assuming that you now feel like it's all coming together for you at the perfect time to go on a run in the UFC, right?
Yeah, it is. I'm so glad I never accepted the offer 5 years ago or 3 years ago when I got offered both times. I'm very happy that I turned them down when I did, and now I'm ready. I'm the readiest I've ever been. As I say, I'm a different specimen now. When I was fighting for world titles and winning them when I was 21, I was still out partying all the time. Then when I got offered again when I was 23, before I fought for the lightweight belt, I was too small and I was still a child to fight at 155. Now I'm mature. I've grew into my man body. I'm not just a fighter no more. I'm an athlete now. Like back then, I was just a fighter. I just wanted to get in and scrap. Where now, I'm an athlete, and it's gonna show next week. I promise you now. Saturday night, on Sunday morning, everyone's gonna be talking about me. That's simple. I'm gonna steal the show. I'm going home with 50 grand. Hopefully, Dana puts the bonuses up to 75 like he did the other week, lad. That's what I'm after. Get them bonuses up, Dana. Come on. I'm coming home with dollars here. I need Great British pounds. It's not 50 G's for me.
Well, he has been open to changing it if someone asks nicely. So perhaps he is watching and you just asked nicely. I see you have the Liverpool flag behind you representing. I had heard a rumor that you were considering jumping over to Man United with Cristiano Ronaldo, but I guess this is... I'm just stirring the pot.
I hope I'm allowed to put that up when I fight, to be honest, or in the back, or try and carry it. It hasn't got no actual Liverpool flags on it, you see. I think that's why they don't let you do it for trademark. That's just liver birds, you know what I mean? And anyone can have a liver bird. and the 97. And that's what I want to represent, you know what I mean, for my city, for my people.
And for those that don't know, what does the 97 mean?
Well, 96 people died at a stadium disaster in 1989, when even before I was born, but it affected a lot of people in my city, and we got a bad name for it. Like, our fans got the blame, and it wasn't our fans' fault. And recently, someone else who was affected by the tragedies died, so it's now the 97, and I'm gonna win this fight and get a naughty finish for the 97. Don't you worry.
I love it. Gives me chills. Paddy, thank you so much for doing this. Good luck to you on Saturday. Can't wait. I feel like we've been talking about it on this show. Before I left, we were talking about it. You were here, and now the show comes back, and you're about to make your debut. It feels poetic in a weird way. I cannot wait to see you finally fight in the UFC this Saturday. I wish you the best, my friend, and thank you, as always, for making some time for us.
You are more than welcome anytime, Eddie. You'll probably want me back on next week. I'm going to become one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yes. Can we book that now?
Yeah, get that booked, lad.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's do it. I'll see you on Monday, my friend.
Kushti, see you next week, fella.
All right, there he is. Paddy the Paddy Pimblett.